Okay, it's going to be how to draw from a 2D source. So this is a photograph, and I believe on playback you can enlarge this. Okay, so if you're going to copy it, just copy it. You can grid it and copy the shapes. But I'm going to examine this first just to see what it is, what I want to draw from this. Well, I'm noticing certain tones, and since I'm not working in color right now, I'm just going to look at the grays, the browns, and then I've got these curved lines in here. So you can pick up a piece of this, a section of it, do the whole thing. There are a lot of options here. So I think what I'm going to do, since this is exploration, what is this? I'm going to work in this section in here. Okay, so that's going to be right in here. One technique for drawing is to pick a dot, and that dot will be, I'm just going to say it's right there. And basically you have straight lines and curved lines. And you can build curves with straight lines. You can also work very loosely where you're doing very light marks to create the shape you want. So I'm working on this section right in here. And I'm just going to use kind of a blocking in type of line. So I'm working right in there. So I want to do a line that's committing the edge. I'm going to look a little more carefully. And do you have to copy it? No. You want to get the flavor of the rock. So you're looking also at the shape around it, because this shape is a shape just like that one. So once you get away from the judgment aspect, the idea that, oh, it has to look just like that, who said? So normally when I'm working, I'm not talking. I am looking back and forth, judging where I'm looking, say from here to here. And it's kind of got some straight sides to it, so I'm exploring this. I'm not doing anything other than working on technique. Okay, and then there's a curve on this side. So you're going to have to enlarge this to see it. And then this keeps going up. And I would just keep it light, because it's easier to erase. So now I'm going to lay some, let's see, do I want to put that in here? So once you got a starting point, you relate where other things are, and you can use dots to place points and stuff like that. So I'm going to just shade this section in right here. I'm going to work kind of fast because you're just watching this. You're not doing anything except watching it. It usually takes some time to build up a drawing. But I'm getting to know the subject matter at this point. And I do shift my styles. I tend to like more of a gestural line. Then I'll shift to what's called a contour, which is the edge of something. And there's a rhythm to things. A lot of it has to do with how you walk and talk. That's your basic rhythm. So it's getting to know the subject and deciding what you want to draw. So from this photograph, I'm just seeing some nice nuances of tone. And it does follow some kind of a curve. And I do think about what it is. So if you're going to do a pencil sketch, it's going to be variations of gray. And I don't really do realism anymore, in the fact that, in the sense of just trying to make something look like something. I'm making a statement of some type. Now, let me tear this out so I can see what I'm show it to you a little better. Okay, it's right here. Almost looks like an owl, the way I'm going on this. So that would be the first lay-in of something. So again, to do a section, I'm working right here. This one little section here, you're just exploring tone and edge, tone, edge. Okay. I would say experiment and send me a picture of what you're doing, and we'll go from there. In terms of erasing, that's a tool. You can use your pink pearl or the end of your pencil. So if you want to clean up an edge or change something, this is not the greatest eraser. So you get rid of that, take my pencil, and you're just going to work against an edge. Use this as a drawing tool. And I use my finger to blend. Everything's connected, so I'm going to take a picture of this. You notice how my hand is moving. And you put a piece of paper underneath this so you don't smear your drawing. So I experiment with a section that I want to maybe work up. If you're going to do watercolor, that's different. Okay, so you need some kind of a sketch for that. And that's another whole series of lessons. Now there's not a white on this. Okay, so it's, and actually this newsprint is pretty good tone for this. So your paper is going to be this. You can't go any lighter than that unless you're going to use something else like pastel. So I like these lines, and I just like the flow and the rhythm of these shapes. So I would keep going like this, right in here, and I'm probably not going to do much more practice because I know what I'm doing, basically, before I start a little sketch. So let's end this one. I'm going to put this on YouTube. It's actually for one of my students, but it's easier to work with it that way. So this is TomBrooksArtist.com, and I'll be doing more of these and refining them as I go.